Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Sanders, and this is Watch Art Sci, the art and science of watch collection. Today, we're going to take a look at Enrique's collection. I call it a cool collection. I was trying to characterize it in the words, oh, that's really cool, and this is really cool. So I thought, well, this is a cool collection. So let's get started. This first two watches that Enrique has is the Tissot Haniero Heritage. And the thing I noticed about it was that the dial, while not identical, looked the same as something like my Beauvais Monoretropont. And some of the other ones of that era had a similar look to it. This is my Retropont, and you can see it doesn't have it doesn't have uh, a date window, but it has the 9 o'clock small seconds and some of the other things, but the general style is the same. Even the pushers are similar to it. Now, uh, my Beauvais is from 1940, and this is the heritage version, and they refer to it as the Z199. Now, this is from the 1990s, uh, and they made 3,333 of them. And it's the chronograph, a very cool watch. And so anyway, I liked it. Now, you mentioned it's got an ETA 7765, which is a Valjoux, originally a Valjoux 7765. And this one has an original Valjoux 84 Monoretropont movement in it. This heritage watch comes from a really a cool heritage. Now next to it is the Raymond Weil Parsifal, and this watch I have a Raymond Weil that I had for years, and they have they run on ETAs. I don't pretty sure that they decided they weren't going to make their own movements. But they made a lot of watches that are nice looking watches, and this one is especially nice with the mother of pearl dial and the date on it. So, and then the two-tone bracelet. Anyway, it's a cool watch. Again, this is not high horology or anything like that, but that's okay. It's a cool watch. All right, now this one is really cool. The A Laga and Sonda Langa 1. This watch it's in rose gold, and this was his. What he said, is he got the most bang for the buck out of this watch, and I understand what that means. Sometimes you spend a lot of money on a watch, but if you wear it a lot and you use it a lot, sort of you get the most bang for the buck. And this is a real beauty. The engraving on the balance cock, and the whole design of the watch. And so anyway, this one is something that's really nice. So it follows the lines of the Fibonacci spiral. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Fibonacci spiral, look it up. Okay, it's something I used to play with it all the time. You add some numbers, but the thing of it is that there's something that's called it's called the golden ellipse, or the golden golden ratio. And you'll find this in a lot of watches. And I'm trying to see if I have any here on me. No. That I know for sure have the golden ratio, or the Fibonacci spiral. But do look up Fibonacci, because I don't want to try to explain it here. It's not that difficult. It just takes a bit of time to explain it. Now, next here, we've got this Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Grande calendar. This is a very unusual watch. As you probably know, when the Reverso was first made, it was a sports watch for a polo player who wanted it to be flipped over on the back with solid steel, so they wouldn't, mess it up playing polo. And well, this Reverso developed over the years, and some of them, my wife has one that has a solid back. Others have another dial on the back. The day-night dial is a very nice one. And this one I like because it has two things I like. It's got a shape movement, and you can see the shape movement. And also, it's got a hand dial or hand date at 6 o'clock, along with the moon phase, and then it has the day date above. This is another cool watch. I mean, it's just like, wow, that's really cool. That's the term that kept coming up. If you want a cool collection. Okay, this next two are the Grand Seiko. And the thing that I liked about the one on the left with the dark dial, it's the Grand Seiko High Beat. This watch, he's got on a white dinner jacket, okay? And I've got a white suit and a white dinner jacket, and those are more fun. I mean, especially on cruises and other sort of fun things like that. Now you only can wear them according to the old thing between Memorial Day and Labor Day, something like that, and in the summertime. But that's okay. They're really cool. And I saw that, man, that white jacket just sort of be a knockout with that black dial on the Grand Seiko. Okay. Next to it is a Grand Seiko Spring Drive with a snowflake dial material. And this watch, I mean, if you're going to have a watch and you really want it to be on time, and you're going to wear it every day to the office, this is a good one for it, because it keeps great time. Because essentially what it is with a Spring Drive, you have something that's going to basically provide an electric charge for a quartz, and so that'll keep extremely accurate time for you. Okay, these next two, super interesting. Well, at least one of them is. No offense. And this is the Tudor Black Bay Heritage. And Enrique pointed out that it had the ETA movement. Well, the interesting thing about that is that the Grand Prix prize that the Tudor won in 2013, which was the first Grand Prix prize I think they ever won, had the ETA movement. And after they won with the ETA movement, then Tudor decided, or Rolex, who owns Tudor, said, hey guys, why don't you get your own movement now? And they did. And several other Tudor Black Bays have won subsequent Grand Prix awards in the sports category and the Petit Aiguille category. And so this is a classic watch. So, I mean, if it's got the ETA in it, then it's the one that won the prize. So you have a Grand Prix winner, and you think, oh, it's only got an ETA. Well, in this case, it's a good thing. And then next to it is just a classic watch. It's a Rolex Submariner. This is just to me, it's like a good, reliable, everyday watch. You can wear this thing with, it's a great office watch, or, take it out to a ball game or something. It's what could I mean? There are all kinds of different numbers that they have, and for Rolex lovers, this is a great watch. All right, now these next two are really very cool watches. I mean, uber cool. First of all is the Breguet Marine 5817 in steel, and this is just a classic looking watch. A number of things I like about it. I'm not crazy about black dials because I have a little trouble distinguish them, the dial numbers and indexes from the black dial color. But this one has this swirling guilloche on the center part of it Then it has a silver background to the numbers, so it's very easy for someone like me to tell the time. You take one look at that. And they put it in Roman numerals, and on a Breguet, Roman numerals look okay. I mean, they really do. It's sort of that kind of watch. And the other thing I like about this that I just noticed was that giant date at 6 o'clock. It's great. you could take one look at that and find it quickly. It's got a Frederick Breguet movement, 1150. A lot of the older, really good watches have Frederick Breguet movements, and I have my Vacheron Constantin 1972 has not that particular movement, but it does have a Frederick Breguet movement. Now, it's from 2000. So, it was sort of a period there where a lot of the highest horology watches use that. Now, this is Breguet tends to be a good example, I think, of high horology overall. So anyway, you have that's a very cool watch. It's just one of those things that I like. Now, the last one over on the right is called The Night Joker by Konstantin Chaikin. In 2017, that watch, which I don't think it was the Night Joker, I think it was in different colors, it was just called the Joker, was one of the finalists in the Grand Prix. I mean, it had been one of the pre-selected, which means that it went through the arts and crafts was the category it was in. And then it won in 2018, one called the Clown, which is essentially the same watch with a clownish face rather than the Joker face to it. That one won the Audacity Prize. So this is a cool watch. I mean, I would like anything by Konstantin Chaikin. He's one of the independent members of that independent watchmakers group that make fabulously good watches. Okay, well, listen. As you can see, this is a collection I thought was very, very cool. In terms of recommendations, this is a hard one to give recommendations for because it covers so many bases. In fact, it covers some bases that I don't have covered. I like that Chaikin and the Breguet are both watches that I like quite a bit, and the other ones the same way. I mean, you look at this collection and you say, "Wow, this is a cool collection." I don't know why that word keeps coming up again. Anyway, so listen, maybe you have some more ideas. I think something that would fit in here that would go well would be something like a Harboring 2, a Felix, something, here's one of my few black dials on it, which is with a black band. It makes it look like sort of a Johnny Cash kind of watch. Or something, another kind of thing I think that Enrique may like would be looking for some interesting and unique movements, and that might go with this collection. But to tell you the truth, I like it very much. I like the idea of the independent watchmakers or the unique ones from more established watchmakers like Breguet. So anyhow, I'd be very interested, and I think that Enrique would be interested too in hearing from you. What would you recommend? Like I said, I'm sort of hard put because it seems like somebody who makes these selections knows what they're doing. Anyhow, well, listen, that's it for today. Next Friday, I hope you join us for another video. And of course, next Sunday, we'll have another review. And on Saturday, some of you are looking at this. You may have joined us yesterday when we talked about the 1%ers. Anyhow, this is an invitation to subscribe if you'd like. And until next Friday, this is Bill Sanders for Watch Art Side, the Art and Science of Watch Collection.